let's talk about this. You can't just pray that God would give you big muscles. If you could, I would have done that by now. You can't just pray the prayer of faith and say, Lord, give me big muscles. Now, if you're believing God to give you, muscles or whatever, but if He's given you a body, you can't just pray that He'll exercise your body and increase your muscle mass. That's not the prayer of faith without you doing anything. I'm just going to sit here and watch television, and I'm going to believe I receive muscle mass, lower body fat. You can't do that. That doesn't work. I've gone to the gym for a long time, and I know you can't tell it, but you know what? If I hadn't gone to the gym for all these years, you would be able to tell it. So let's just look on the bright side. I don't, have a killer ripped physique, but I'm not what I would be if I hadn't gone to the gym. But when you go to the gym, you've run into trainers all the time, and trainers will meet you, and if you have a trainer, I'm not opposed to that. I appreciate anybody that can help us do the right thing. But my response to the trainers, because I would have spent thousands and thousands of dollars over the years if I'd had a trainer, and my response to them is, until you can work out for me, and I can pay you to work out for me, and I get the results, I'm not going to need your help, because I have to do the work. I have to sweat. I have to burn the calories. I have to go through that. You can't do that for me. And so it's so much like that. There are certain things that we have to do for ourselves. You control your diet. You control your exercise. You have a lot of control over what goes into your body, and we need to do those things. If you're going to eat unhealthy food, way too many calories, then you can't just. I don't like to talk about this, but it's asking amiss. I've had people come to the prayer line, and they are grossly overweight, and I wouldn't ever accuse somebody or call somebody fat. I think that's offensive or whatever, but if you're going to do that and you're going to be grossly overweight, you put pressure on your organs, your circulatory system, your respiratory system. There are all kinds of health issues related to being grossly overweight. I'm not talking about cutely pudgy. I like cute pudgy. I've been cute pudgy. But I'm talking about overweight. And you have people come to the prayer line and they want you to pray for their blood pressure or their blood sugar or some related illness. And maybe I'm old enough to do this now, but I'd like to say, would you just lose 100 pounds and then come talk to me? Because you can't just keep living like this and expect God to just make up for. If you were to hit your thumb with a hammer every day and smash it and then come to the prayer line and say, would you please pray for my thumb? Well, yeah, I can pray for your thumb, but can I give you some friendly advice? Quit hitting it with the hammer. How's God supposed to heal your thumb and then you hit it with the hammer every day? So many times we're working against ourselves and we want God to just fix it. The prayer of faith doesn't work that way. We need to pray for things. We have to pray for things that are according to His will, things that He's promised to do, things that we can't do for ourselves. Like, they're and that doesn't include, like, you can't come to a prayer line and say, I've always had straight hair. Could you agree with me that God would make my hair curly? No, I can't. You say, well, where's your faith, brother? I don't have faith for that. Why? I don't see it in the Bible. Maybe you want, just curl it. Just use curlers. But don't try to get God to curl your hair. Be glad you got hair, thank God for that. There are some issues that are really just natural, normal, and you can't expect God to do certain things. He's not going to change some things about you because He made you that way. He's given you that He's given you that nose. Now a plastic surgeon, you could ask a plastic surgeon and believe you receive, and they can do some things. But I don't think God's going to change the structure of your face, or the makeup of your hair, or not. He's not going to take weight off you just because you pray, and He's not going to give you big muscles. Now He'll help you. He'll help you do these things, but these are things that we can do on our own. And so I say this because I don't want people to think that the prayer of faith is some magic wand, and God's some kind of genie in a bottle and He gives you these free wishes, or 3 wishes, or free wishes. That's not how it works. The prayer of faith is built on faith. And you can't have faith for something. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God. So you can't have faith for something that's built on the Word when it's not in the Word. And faith for something can't come from hearing the Word if what you're praying for is not in the Word, if it's not part of the Word of God. So another area where it won't work is praying for someone else. You can't pray the prayer of faith for someone else, because that would be like God intruding in their life. You can't intrude in their life. God won't intrude in their life, and He won't let the enemy intrude and override someone's will. Our will is respected by God, and He won't let you say, oh, but they need it. Yeah, but you have to work with their will. You can pray for someone else, but you can't override their will with the prayer of faith.